Now at 10, voters head to the polls in Wisconsin's 5th election this year. At stake for Republican U.S. Senate candidates, the chance to be the party's nominee. We have the latest election results right now on Newsline 9.
From WAOW, all your coverage in stunning high definition. Newsline 9 at 10, your trusted resource.
Your voice, your vote. Thanks for joining us tonight on this election night. I'm Daniel Woodruff. We have complete coverage of races in our area and across the state. Let's begin with the big one, the race for Senate among Republicans. You can see with just over half the precincts reporting, former Governor Tommy Thompson is leading the pack as challenger Eric Hovde just by about 10,000 or so votes. Mark Newman, former congressman, coming in third place. And finally, Assembly Speaker Jeff Fitzgerald coming in fourth. Now, former Governor Tommy Thompson has really been the front runner in a lot of this race. Newsline 9's Emily Neubauer joins us now live from the Thompson camp tonight. Emily, what's the feeling right there? Are they celebrating yet?
Not yet, Daniel. A little bit too early for that, but tension is certainly mounting as supporters are anxiously waiting for any election results to come in. Now, like you had just said, it's about 34% to 31% Thompson in the lead. That's actually over 10,000 votes, and supporters here are saying that number is certainly substantial and hope Thompson can continue his lead. Now, he has not addressed the crowd yet, but I am told that he is in the building watching the election results roll in from a private room and will address the crowd as soon as the official word is made. But as you can imagine, all eyes are on the television screen watching that ticker at the bottom, watching those numbers come in and hoping Thompson can take it. A staffer did tell me that he is cautiously optimistic about tonight's results. Now I'll have a recap of all the election results as far as more from Tommy Thompson's campaign coming up on Wake Up Wisconsin. But that always, you can go to WAOW.com and stay tuned to the newscast for the election results as they come in. In Waukesha, Emily Neubauer, Newsline 9. Daniel, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. Certainly, it's been a close race so far, but Thompson has recently pulled ahead of Eric Hovde, who is a businessman and hedge fund manager. We find Newsline 9's Bonnie Shelton tonight live in Pewaukee with the Hovde camp, and she has the latest there. Bonnie.
Yeah, Daniel, people here at Eric Hovde's headquarters in Pewaukee still very upbeat. They feel that there's still a lot of votes to be counted, and he still has a very good chance of winning this Republican primary. Now, throughout the night, we've been watching the election results roll in, and more than 50% reporting now. Like you said, Tommy Thompson still in the lead by a few percentage points, but people here saying that they're cautiously optimistic. We heard from State Senator Frank Lassay just a few minutes ago. He addressed the crowd here saying that they're still feeling like they have a good chance and they'll be here for the long haul, saying it could be hours, it could be less than that. So we'll be here throughout the night waiting for those results, and we are expecting Eric Hovde to speak at some point tonight. We'll bring you that both online, and tomorrow morning we'll have complete coverage on Wake Up Wisconsin. Live in Pewaukee, I'm Bonnie Shelton, Newsline 9. Daniel, back to you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Now, again, former Congressman Mark Newman is polling, or I should say is in third place right now with the latest results. And then Assembly Speaker Jeff Fitzgerald is last. Now, he just a few minutes ago spoke to his supporters. He thanked them for their hard work as they work toward in this campaign and also as they set the tone for this U.S. Senate race.
There's going to be a stark contrast and a real choice for people in Wisconsin to make when it comes to this United States Senate race. Because when you look whoever comes out of this versus Tammy Baldwin, it's really going to be about what this country is about. Are we about limited government and having a safety net for people? Or are we about government running everything in every people's lives?
Now, Tammy Baldwin, who he mentioned, is the Democratic representative from the Madison area. She is the Democratic nominee for Senate going into the November general election. Now, we actually have Tammy Baldwin speaking live right now. Let's go to that video.
Last year, who shared with me that he's working 2 jobs today and making less money than when he only had 1. And he said to me, I used to make things that said special interests of Washington, D.C.
That was Democrat Tammy Baldwin, who is the nominee for U.S. Senate heading into the November general election. Whoever wins on the Republican side will face her, as well as another candidate, Joseph Kexel. He's a libertarian, and I spoke with him over the phone just a few minutes ago about the race.
I'm trying to provide a strong third choice, that there is an alternative to the two-party system, which has, over the last 50-plus years, have given us nothing but debt and a broken economy. So, you know what, I think I can do better than that. So I think people are ready for a change and an honest look at libertarianism.
Now, we have all the latest election results for you tonight at WAOW.com. Be sure to go there, stay on that. We're tracking the outcomes of all the local races as well as the statewide. You can just go to the top of our homepage. You can also join in the conversation on Twitter by using our new special hashtag, Newsline9. Let's take a quick break and talk about some beautiful weather today, Tony.
Yeah, the weather's been a lot less busy than the political activity.
It's been a nice relieving, I guess, trend lately.
Exactly. Nice evening out there. Let's take a look tonight on our sky cam. You can see dry weather. So far here, we are tracking a couple of very light rain showers kind of hugging the Mississippi River in southwest Wisconsin. They're tracking east-southeast, and they could clip the far, far southwestern portion of our viewing area overnight with a couple of sprinkles. Otherwise, our highs today were nice in the upper 70s to low 80s, and now we've cooled back mostly into the low to mid 60s, 65 in Wausau and Marshfield, 61 in Stevens Point, some 50s up north right now. We'll bottom out about 54 overnight, 68 by 10 a.m. There could be an isolated light shower. Find out about the next cold front, though, in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Turning back now to our election coverage, let's take a look at the results from some of the other races that were on the ballot today. Let's start with State Senate District 12. As you can see, almost 80% of the precincts reporting this is a Democratic primary. Susan Summer is leading handily. Lisa Theo, another Democrat, in this race. The winner will face Republican Tom Tiffany. Over to State Senate District 24. This is a Republican primary, and Scott Noble is leading Scott Abrahamson with just over a third of the precincts there. Moving on to State Assembly District 34, Rob Swearingen has a heavy lead over Republican Alex Young. There are also two Democrats in this State Assembly race, Merlin Van Buren leading Roberta Rentrum, both Democrats, 70% of the precincts reporting. On to State Assembly District 70. Nancy Vandermeer slightly leading Republican Dan Wald, both of them Republicans, with just about half of the precincts reporting. Moving on to State Assembly District 71. There are 9 Democratic candidates in this race, so you can imagine the vote is quite split, but Katrina Shankland has 33%. Just behind by 5 votes is Corey Ledek, and Jerry McGinley is in a third place, and you can see the other names going on right now. Now, we have Mark Newman speaking right now. He is polling, or I should say, came in third place in the race tonight, at least as of the current numbers. Let's go to his speech right now.
Something else happened this past weekend, in case anybody missed it. Paul Ryan is going to be our nominee to be the Vice President of the United States of America. Someone stand in front of you and tell this story. This is the greatest nation in the world.
That was Mark Newman conceding in this race. He and Assembly Speaker Jeff Fitzgerald have both now conceded. That leaves 2 candidates left in the race for U.S. Senate. Taking another look at the numbers there, 77% of precincts reporting former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson leading 34 to 30% over Eric Hovde, who both of those, again, Thompson and Hovde, are still technically, I guess I should say, in the race, as Newman and Fitzgerald have both spoken conceding their loss in this race. We'll be back after this with more election results on Newsline 9 at 10. Former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson is still leading right now in the race for U.S. Senate among Republicans. Eric Hovde, businessman and hedge fund manager, coming in second place with 30%. Mark Newman and Jeff Fitzgerald have both conceded, so it is between Tommy Thompson and Eric Hovde. We'll keep you updated on that race. Meantime, moving away from politics for just a few minutes, there is an oil spill, of course, that happened in Adams County, but that is almost cleaned up now. Officials with Enbridge Energy say they hope the cleanup will wrap up sometime this weekend. 3 weeks ago, if you remember, more than 50,000 gallons spilled out of a pipeline in Adams County, contaminating the soil and really causing gas prices to spike. Veolia Environmental Services is the company, and it's the landfill site that's responsible for cleanup in Wisconsin Rapids. Leaders there tell us more than 17,000 tons of contaminated soil have been brought in.
We treat the dirt as it comes in with microbes that eat all the petroleum out of the material. We turn the material periodically. Then it gets tested. very frequently.
DNR officials say this cleanup is about 100 times bigger than a typical project. New developments tonight in the investigation into a Marathon County farm fire. The sheriff's office tells us that the investigation has concluded and that the cause remains undetermined. The fire over the weekend in the town of Castle killed dozens of cows. It also destroyed a barn and 2 sheds. Taking a live look outside right now from our Skycam. What a beautiful day today. Tony's up next with your forecast. And we also take a look again at the latest results for the U.S. Senate race. Former Governor Tommy Thompson still in the lead against Eric Hovde, 34 to 30%. Much more election coverage coming up on Newsline 9 after this. Newsline 9 is on top of all the election results tonight, especially in the race for U.S. Senate among Republicans. Now 79% of precincts reporting Tommy Thompson still in the lead to Eric Hovde, 34 to 30%.
Well, we're trying to find some rain to talk about tonight. There is one little strip of showers out in southwest Wisconsin. And Monday and warming up to the 70s as well. Daniel.
All right, thanks, Tony. Tommy Thompson is still leading in the Republican race for U.S. Senate, 34 to 30%. Almost 80% now of the precincts are reporting. And we invite you to join the conversation about this race on Twitter. Just be sure to use our new hashtag, Newsline9. We'll be back. Results are still being counted right now from today's primary election, and here are the latest results from the U.S. Senate race among Republicans. Tommy Thompson still leading 34 to 30%. Mark Newman and Jeff Fitzgerald have both conceded, and Newman has endorsed Thompson as his favorite to go on and face Tammy Baldwin, the Democrat, in November. Now here we are taking a live look right now at Eric Hovde's camp, and we have yet to hear from either Eric Hovde or Tommy Thompson, but of course neither candidate has been declared a winner yet. And also now we have a live look at Tommy Thompson's camp. Somebody is speaking there and obviously rallying supporters of some kind. But that is, again, the 2 candidates that are remaining in this race. Tommy Thompson and Eric Hovde will continue to follow it. About 4/5 of the votes now have been tabulated. And we will have more coming up on Newsline 9 right after this. Right now, we are still watching the results in the Republican race for U.S. Senate. Tommy Thompson has widened his lead, now leading by about 20,000 votes over Eric Hovde, with just over 80% of the precincts reporting.
Coming off their second ever girls hockey state title, the Central Wisconsin Storm will have to defend that crown with a new coach in the box, as head coach Denny Drake has stepped down. Drake is the reigning Wisconsin girls hockey coach of the year, as he led the Storm to 2 state titles in 7 seasons. The search for his replacement is underway. Woodchucks in lacrosse for Game 2 of the playoffs tonight. Top of the 3rd, Chucks down by 1, and Brendan Hayden, the hero of the minute, solo homer to left center. This game is tied at 3, but this game would stay neck and neck as it's still notched up at 7 in the 11th inning. The Brewers in the Mile High City facing the Rockies for Game 2, top of the 7th, down 8-2. Martin Maldonado grounds the shortstop. Aramis Ramirez would score, but the Rockies would gladly take the double play, trailing 8-3, and this is still currently the score. Brewers in the 8th inning. Of course, if you missed anything on sports tonight, everything, including our Outdoors with Lauren segment and our countdown to kickoff, will be on our website at WAOW.com.
All right, and some breaking news right now. The Associated Press has called the Republican race for U.S. Senate for Tommy Thompson. He had a lead of just over 5% at our last look. So again, Tommy Thompson, the projected winner among Republicans in the race for U.S. Senate, defeating Eric Hovde. Again, Mark Newman and Jeff Fitzgerald both conceded earlier tonight, but the Associated Press is projecting Thompson will win this race. More coverage after this. Finally tonight, let's take a look at our latest election results in the state Senate race. Again, the Associated Press has projected Tommy Thompson will win this race, and right now the results show him ahead of Eric Hovde by just about 20,000 votes. Looking at some other races across the state, and again, Jeff Fitzgerald and Mark Newman conceded that, but other races, State Senate District 12 in the Democratic primary, Susan Summer is projected to win that over Lisa Theo. Moving on to the State Senate District 24. In the Republican primary, Scott Noble is leading Steve Abrahamson with about 64% of the precincts reporting. Looking at the State Assembly District 34, Rob Swearingen, a Republican, over Alex Young, a heavy lead there, 68% of the precincts reporting in that. Also in State Assembly District 34, in the Democratic primary, Merlin Van Buren has a lead over challenger Roberta Retram with about 70% precincts reporting at this point. In the State Assembly District 70, Nancy Vandermeer, a Republican, over Republican Dan Wald, 59 to 41%. Hasn't been called yet, but she appears to have a healthy lead. And then in this race, the State Assembly District 71, there are 9 Democrats trying to get this nomination. It's the seat held currently by State Representative Louis Malepsky, and Katrina Shankland is currently a narrow lead, not much of a lead over Corey Laddick, but 29 to 27%, again, among 9 Democratic candidates. And the winner in this race will face Patrick Teston. And moving finally to State Assembly District 85, Democrat Mandy Wright is projected to win over Democrat Jeff Johnson, 61 to 39%. Mandy Wright will now face Pat Snyder in the primary. And John Spiros is over Wayne Thorson, 73 to 27%, with almost every precinct reporting in that 86th Assembly race. There was also a question tonight in Oneida County in the town of Lynn. Were residents there in favor or not of a proposed mine? No results in yet, but we will continue to follow that, and we will have results on WAOW.com. For not only that, but all the races we've talked about tonight. Again, though, the big story is the U.S. Senate race. Tommy Thompson, the former 4-term governor in Wisconsin, is set to win that race, according to the Associated Press. So lots happening in politics. You know, the weather, it's our nice little, let's turn to it and take a breath and relax.
Yeah, you need that. You had a lot of stuff to talk about there, but around here tonight, it's going to be quiet, and when you get up a little sun peeking through, perhaps 54 degrees, topping out around 79, there might be an isolated light shower. The better chance of a widespread rain hitting tomorrow night and into early Thursday morning, some thunderstorms, and do get ready for some cooler weather by the end of the week.
All right, thanks, Tony. Now, we are still waiting to hear from Eric Hovde and Tommy Thompson tonight. They haven't spoken yet, but we will take their speeches live here on Newsline 9 when they happen, so keep it right here, as well as at WAOW.com. That's it for right now. We'll be back soon.